Yeah, the session is already been start recorded. So if you want, you can share your screen, Manoj.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
sure.
like
Let me.
I'll just give a brief understanding why we are here and all those. So hi,
Yeah.
good evening, everyone. Good morning and good evening. There are some participants, outside India as well. So welcome to this Ariba demo session here. Okay. So a quick introduction to our trainings. I just tell you till other people joins. Okay, so we are into SAP trainings and consultancy and support for more than 10 years. Sorry, almost 2010 onwards we are here. So almost 15 years we are into the consultancy support and job support and project execution in SAP majorly. All modules of SAP majorly are focusing on the cloud solution right now. Okay, Ariba is one of our major forte here. uh, we are doing this Ariba training since 2016 onwards. Okay, so far we have completed almost 97, 98 batches. Every batch usually we used to have approximately 10 to 15 participants, and we conduct the training in a very end-to-end fashion actually. So we cover all the modules of SAP Ariba, considering upstream, downstream, and integration. Not only this one, we also get a deep dive into other aspects of newer modules like see commerce automation, supply chain collaboration, okay, guided buying and guided sourcing as well. Of course there will be proper integration, also scenarios we are going to discuss over here. So Ariba is basically for the participants who are coming either from the procurement background, or they are sometimes, if you are fresher also, that's fine, but you need to put some more, you know I can say more efforts to understand the things here. Okay, so if you are already known to the procurement processes, then it's really going to be very much advantageous. Now, to take up forward, like we have Manoj, who is going to be our mentor going forward, and he's going to take our demo session as well for the day. Okay, he's having more than 16 years of experience altogether. He worked in and also in SAP Ariba. He's working since the inception, I can say, like almost 11 plus years of experience he's holding. He has done a lot of end-to-end projects as well in SAP Ariba, like implementation and support and hypercare support projects. Apart from this one, he's a very good mentor. Like he knows like how to transfer the knowledge to the participants, right from the entry level to the experienced participants as well. Okay, he has done numerous trainings uh, apart from his consultancy job. In his organization, corporate trainings also he has done, and individual trainings like how we are doing here. Okay, so that's going to be a good learning for us going forward. If you guys are having any doubts in between the sessions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask it immediately. So just I want you to sit relax and concentrate on Manoj presentation, how he's going to take you quickly for Ariba, what exactly Ariba is, like what are the benefits, how we are going to sort out the we are giving the solutioning to the clients basically, how it's going to be very helpful. Okay, Manoj, over to you. You can make yourself, you can present your screen. I will be
Yeah,
on mute.
sure.
Hi,
So much.
Yeah.
hello, excuse me.
Yeah, Pradeep.
One quick point. I'm unable to see any sharing. Is
Yeah, we
sharing
are
is
going
Yeah.
to
on?
share it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
could you be able to see my screen now?
Right now we can see it, right? Okay, so
Yes.
for the
Yes,
guys
yes, I can.
who have joined first time, you can see you can make the screen bigger size. You can see like at your right hand side bottom, pop out button is there, right? So you can pop out and you can make the screen bigger. Yeah, if at all you
Okay.
want it. Yeah, no, not for you,
Okay.
this one,
Okay. For others, I'm just showing. Yeah.
for other students who can see a little bigger in their window. Yeah, all right, thank you. You can start showing the presentation and we can continue, Manoj. I will be on mute. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Raj. So guys, I just wanted to know about you just individually. Like, can you start from anyone? Like, what's your background and uh, why are you looking for Ariba? So if I understand properly, so I would be able to help you out. So just give a short intro. Um, from You can raise your hand or you can start directly.
Gaurav. If you are really interested, you can give your introduction. Otherwise, like, we can start as well. So,
Yeah, I'll
Gaurav,
directly
would you
start for
please
it. Yeah.
brief about? Yeah, yeah. No, if anyone of you interested, you can say. Otherwise, we can directly start. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me start presenting. So, as Iraj said, I have worked around 16 years of experience in all over the domain in supply chain as well as in the Ariba. And I, since 2014, have been working into the Ariba domain as a implementation consultant, and also I have worked many support projects. And from past 7 years, I've been training students uh, to upskill into Ariba, like from the uh, non-background, I mean non-SAP background guys or supply chain management guys or any other technical background guys which they want to upskill Ariba. So I have helped so many students and so many batches have uh, completed successfully. Um, so I just wanted to uh, uh, just give me like a brief about like I have done implementations in the FMCG industries and mobile industries and automotive industries, and also in the switch gears, I mean in electrical and electronics manufacturer industries. So I have done four implementation projects overall from this out of 12 years of experience. And also I worked support role. So like support in the sense, like once the project is implemented, somebody need to be support that management, like application management services. So one side implementation guy will implement the product, and the other side support guys will support for the project continuity, the business continuity. So, and also I worked as a trainer. I just wanted to give a brief introduction about Ariba. So before Ariba, why the thought to implement Ariba in internet? So we have in 10, 15 years before. So we have all the supply chain process in the paper based. So it is very complicated method. So the founder of Ariba got the idea of implementing into the Internet of Things. So they founded Ariba in 1996 just to help the enterprises, like how the money and spend they were utilizing for between buyers and the sellers. So now Ariba became the world's largest B2B networks, and which is helping the companies on their spend management. So everyone knows that SAP acquired Ariba in 2012, and they have made so many upgradations since 2022 to keep them in the market share. So if you just Google it, the Ariba market share, you can see it hold more than 50% of market in around globally. So we have so many competitors. Ariba has so many competitors like Coupa and Oracle, iValua. So but still Ariba hold in the top position, and most of the Fortune 500 companies are utilizing Ariba to streamline their procurement process. So that is the main advantage of Ariba cloud solution, to maintain the procurement process, complete end-to-end supply chain process. So before Ariba, like and we know in the personal life itself, we started using the internet. Like we are using Google, Amazon to purchase something, and to get the connectivity in the professional life, we are using LinkedIn. But in the business perspective, we don't have the much collaborations. So that is the main drawback before Ariba was. So like we can see that client and traders have like without any procurement tool. Ariba is just a procurement tool to streamline the procurement process from source to pay. So before Ariba, it was like completely complex and inaccurate, and like it is very difficult to source the suppliers. the quality suppliers, and most of the works will be paper based work, so everyone has to sit in near the printers and they'll take the printout and they'll document it. And the payment process so to the vendors will be very slow. So because of that, missing payments leads supplier relationship between buyers and the suppliers is the poor relationship with so like we can say it is completely poor compliance and very limited visibility. So if I want to source something, I can source within the particular region whichever I know. So to overcome these issues, these business challenges, Ariba made flexible and easy manner and automated the supply chain processes. So we can see this how the procurement is simplified and collaborated with Ariba on cloud, not in ERP. So ERP is something different to store the master data into the client side, like SAP S4 HANA, the most widely using ERP as of now. Before S4 HANA, it was ECC system. So ECC is having a very good database, but still SAP wants to upgrade the database for high performance. So that's why they have implemented S4 HANA. So maybe ECC will get sunset soon, maybe in next 2 3 years. um, so this ERP system is integrating with the cloud system. So Ariba is providing supplier management to check the supplier qualifications, to onboard the supplier. I mean, complete supplier lifecycle performance. So you can onboard the supplier in Ariba, and you can do the supplier risk or qualification. So this is complete Ariba portfolio with most widely using solutions. So we are using SLP in upstream and spend management and Ariba sourcing and the contract management and supply chain collaboration and buying and invoicing. So these are all the most widely using Ariba modules. Um, and then the procurement processes. So in simple term, if I say the procurement process is like identifying the, so some stakeholder or end user, they need some product. So if they request, like if they request for quote or if they create any sourcing request, so the particular procurement team, they will go for the, that is traditional procurement process. So they will go for the procurement activity. If I say, I can give you this small overview. Traditional procurement process versus Ariba procurement process. So in a traditional method, what we do, identifying the requirement. I mean requirement first. So requirement will be raised by end user or stakeholder, and it will go to the procurement department. So procurement department, buyer will start sourcing activity. So in that procurement department, buyer do start identifying the end-to-end requirement, what is needed, and after that they start source the suppliers whichever they know. So maybe the supplier sourcing, maybe they do from existing suppliers, or they will try to look out based on the requirement. If it is particular product, if I want to purchase laptop which the particular manufacturer, so they will go and check the direct manufacturers, which is OEM, original equipment manufacturer. And during sourcing activity, they do RF, they will send the request for quote, request for information, request for proposals. So they will get all the things in Excel format, and they will conduct a call or meeting. They will negotiate by face to face or through phone call. or through email communication. And after that, they will finalize the vendor, and again through email communication they will check with end user after finalizing the vendor. Then they will start onboarding them, vendor onboarding. So once they onboarded the vendor, what they do, they'll sign a contract. If they want long term, create contract, I mean contract signing. Or what they do, they will directly go for the purchase requisition, PR. I mean they will issue the PO, not PR. They'll issue the PO. So if they wanted strategic or tactical, they don't keep any vendor collaborations. They will go for the contract sign, or they will go for the PO process, which is procurement, procuring, and it will go after procuring. Supplier will do ASN. After ASN, we confirm the receipt. So based on our receipt, payment will be processed. So this is the traditional procurement process. So the traditional procurement process is between end user and the buyer, and they don't have a proper budget management. They don't like, the budget management will be there, but it will not be a, a, a qualitative method. So for that, so the same procurement process is defined in the cloud solution. And so all the users, like end users or stakeholder or buyer or the supplier manager or administrator, so everyone can collaborate. So here the sourcing process, RFI, RFP process, to overcome these processes, Ariba has introduced modules, strategic sourcing module. So in the strategic sourcing module, we have supplier lifecycle performance, and we have sourcing. And now after we have now implemented traditional sourcing versus guided sourcing. Now they they wanted to keep uh, uh, in upgrading, always they are upgrading. So previously, we have a traditional sourcing method in Ariba, so now they have implemented guided sourcing and contract management. So these all will be in the upstream. And after that, procurement. So in procurement, we have only two things: one, buy; second one, invoice. So process, buy the product, invoice them, pay them. So this is pay, procure to pay, P2P. So these are all the modules. So this one I can say downstream. And later in the upcoming, in the past 4 5 years, SAP has identified so many industries are struggling in their direct procurement. So they have implemented commerce automation and also supply chain collaboration. Seamless procurement integration between S4 HANA to Ariba suppliers. So they upgraded, which is most growing now in the market, commerce automation and supply chain collaboration. And in the procurement, so these first and second is for traditional method, and also they have added now guided buying capability. So these are all upstream, and these are all upstream. Why they made it up level? Because this is high level. So all the CPO, finance team, legal team, all the teams whichever in the organization, they the decision makers. So those decision makers sign a contract. those decision makers find the suppliers for awarding. So those decision makers only prepare for whichever contract budget, if it is 1 million or if it is 1,000 million. So whichever project they wanted, so they are the deciders. That is why it is in the up level, and in the downstream it is completely operation level. So here we just simply do the transactional data. We create the transactional data. So here what we do, we use the master data. So master data in the sense we can see company's organizational data. So organizational data, I can say company code or their purchase org or their payment terms or their encode terms and their accounting data. Accounting data they don't use here. Commodity. So these are all the data they use to find the sourcing activity, which commodity, which department they are going to source, and what is the budget, and for which organization, which purchase organization, which region I'm going to source. So after sourcing them, I will sign a contract between suppliers, and after contract signature, so here we create the transactional data. So how transactional data are getting created? By using master data plus the contract or sourcing project, whichever I have awarded the suppliers. So it will become the transactional data. So what all the transactional data will available? Like what all the data we have? Purchase orders or cost centers and receipts, GL account. I mean accounting data. So these data, all the data are getting integrated from one system to other system. Either it will be SAP ERP or non-SAP ERP or third-party cloud. So these seamless integrations are provided in this Ariba procurement process. So from source to contract and demand planning or demand like forecasting the product and then buying. So once the supplier delivered the product, how we do the invoicing. Then also, as I mentioned in the previous slide, like poor supplier collaboration in the traditional method. But in Ariba, we have a proper supplier collaboration, and also we can risk, like we can measure the supplier risk, and also we can do the analytics. And also nowadays in Ariba, not in Ariba, SAP has introduced the AI also, but in Ariba still AI is not available. So that is Joule AI. So they have implemented Joule AI method just to faster implementation. So if you need assistance, so we can use this AI to get the process update in the implementation level. It is like now it initiated, but it will take some more years to be implemented into the Ariba and all. And also we have seen upstream, downstream module, strategic sourcing. So these are all module, most widely using module: SLP, sourcing, contract, buying, invoicing, and buying and invoicing, guided buying, commerce automation, supply chain collaboration. These all are pillar, and another supportive one is Ariba network. So everyone, you can just realize it, like you can link it. Ariba, SAP acquired Ariba in 2012, and they have renamed this Ariba network as SAP Business Network in 2022, because they have next 10-year plan to keep them high in the market, Ariba. So they have removed the Ariba network name and they have upgraded it as SAP Business Network. So SAP Business Network for buyers and sellers. So that's what we can see here, business network, which is Ariba network. So complete trading partner community. So so this is example of some supply chain collaboration between ERP system to procurement and procurement to business network. So the master data, how the master data and transactional data are getting transferred from one system to other system. So we keep some, so for this seamless integration, previously Ariba was using other integration methods, SAP purchase, procurement integration or procurement orchestration, PA and PO, and now they have upgraded into CPI. So to integrate these modules from sourcing to ERP, we have integrations to make, to integrate them seamlessly. We have direct connectivity. So for direct SAP Ariba to SAP ERP, you can use the direct connectivity, which is CAG. CAG is for Cloud Integration Gateway. So this Cloud Integration Gateway has renamed in 2022 as Managed Gateway for Spend and Business Network. So this is renamed on 2022. And also we have Suite Integrated. Suite Integrated is CPI. So which is for non-SAP ERP. This is for non-SAP ERP. I mean Oracle or any other third-party ERP. And this is for SAP ERP. And also for supply chain collaboration, we have IBP, which is native integration for supply chain collaboration. Um, so these integration, by using this integration with the uh, ERP and Ariba cloud solution with Ariba business network, the procurement process is like simplified. It is so you can transfer all the data in real time. So here there is no scheduled job. So all the data will be transferred in real time. So the procurement process is simplified. So that is why, as I said, all the most of the Fortune 500 companies are using Ariba platform nowadays. So Ariba has vast scope because of the upgraded versions. And how we are implementing the product. Just for example, I'm just showing this. So as an implementation consultant, so how a product is kind of a newborn baby, this is like, so we prepare something and we have a lot of workshop sessions. So we gather some requirements and we discuss something again and again, and we develop something and we realize all the developments, and again we do the integration testing. And once everything is perfect, then we go for the acceptance test. User need to accept this. It is like they, everyone is prefer their old tool whichever they're using. So we have to go for the user acceptance testing. So we prepare the regression testing, smoke testing, so pre-production testing. So before go live we keep some cutovers, some business planning. So these preparations usually, like in a simple project, it may minimum take 1 year for the simple projects. If it is big project, it will take minimum 2 years. So that's why you can see, from out of 12 years of experience, I have not crossed 4 5. I mean, not now. I'm into the implementation project. I'm working in the tier one sector. So I haven't crossed five implementation projects. It will take minimum 2 years. I mean, it will take maximum 2 years, minimum 1 year to implement the product. So here, what I will teach you, the implementation methodology. So if you learn the implementation methodology, how a product is getting being implemented, so you will be able to maintain that. So it's kind of house constructions. If you know how house need to be constructed from the scratch, from the basement, and you will be able to know where is the wiring connection, where is the pipeline and all. So maintenance will be easy. So I will teach that construction mode, that is implementation. So in the implementation, everyone experience the methodology. If you're implementing product, if you're working in any technology, so they we use some methodology. So we have traditional methodology, and also we have agile methodology, which is most widely using now, and we have waterfall. So this traditional is waterfall and now hybrid, combining both. So the traditional is waterfall methodology. So how we are developing this, we cannot say in one word we are preparing and we are doing the project kickoff. So we follow some methodology, and even SAP is also providing their own solution manager, which is Solman, and all the tier 1 sectors also they will have their own solution manager. So based on this methodology, the product is being implemented. So if you're upskilling Ariba, if you're learning Ariba end to end, so definitely if you're having 2 years experience or 3 years experience, so based on the experience level, the requirement that we will discuss now, I'll show that. So by concluding this, so what is the scope in Ariba in future? So who are all in the session, everyone will be in the dilemma whether I can opt for Ariba. So my friend told me to attend the demo session. So whether Ariba will be good, or whether will be good, or whether SMD will be good. So there are 100 modules. So every modules will have their own unique specification and own unique scope. But from my experience, out of this 16 years, I've worked in 12 years in Ariba. I've seen that how it is grown and how it is holding the market, and what it will be in next complete decade. So if you go and Google it directly about the SAP, so Gartner is the most important organization and widely using in global. Like they are the consultancy to evaluating the product. So how it will be the product. So in recent 2025 Gartner report, so SAP Ariba, SAP Business Network, and SAP Concur, and SAP Fieldglass, so they have won a lot of awards in the cloud solutions. So because SAP is innovating more and more, so they are getting top positions in the awarding, like during the uh, um, what can I say, like they will evaluate that each and every cloud solutions, if they are considering the cloud solutions, so they will recognize it. So scope in the sense, in the upcoming decades, Ariba will hold, because SAP is the most widely using enterprise. So that ERP is having lot of applications, all the modules, P2P module, that is material management, sales, sales and distribution, production planning, PP module. So we have like warehouse management, extended warehouse management. So they have a lot of modules in the application system, but they concentrate more on procurement side is Ariba. So for HR system, they're using Concur module. For other cloud solution, they're using Fieldglass module. But for complete procurement process, either it is direct procurement or it is indirect procurement, SAP is completely concentrating on Ariba. So I'm sure that the scope will be very, very good compared to others. So if I say the top level scopes, like Abaper, who is developer of the SAP complete product, and administrator, who is administering the SAP product, basis. So if I say Abaper and basis, after that Ariba, from my experience. So Abaper basis is not that much simple, because that is purely technical, but Ariba is completely techno functional. So if you know the process, how to order a product in Amazon, how it getting delivered, that is supply chain process in a simple methodology. How we are documenting them and how we are configuring them in Ariba. So that is what we need to learn, and how we are implementing the products. So like who will implement the product and who do the maintain and support. So as I said, consultants do. So the consultant who had 5 years experience or 6 years experience, they start doing the implementation process. So who has very less years of experience, they start working on the support project. So still they are implementing. So still they will implement the product, they'll upgrade something. So scope will be very very huge in the upcoming decades. That is why SAP decided to upgrade all the uh, previous versions into new version, and they are going to sunset SRM, and they are going to sunset ECC. So they are sunsetting lot of modules, and they are keeping hype on the other modules. So from that hype, Ariba is also one of the module. So who are all the, like, I'm not sure whether you guys are working as a fresher or whether you guys are experienced somewhere in the domain. So because of the scope, you guys are coming to upskill Ariba. So who will use Ariba? So end users will use Ariba. So like if you're learning as a fresher, if you want to upskill as a fresher, so initially you will get opportunity to work as end users. So you may go to procurement executive in the Ariba module. So if you have procurement knowledge, so they may ask for the CPO, I mean the procurement managers or the legal team, finance team. So everybody use Ariba. So that is end users, and also the consultant. So those consultants do implement the product, and they also support the product, and also analyst will be there. So operational teams like vendor master data team or procurement to pay team or account payable team, so the analyst also works. So during fresher level, you guys will get opportunity in the VMD team. And if you have very good experience from 4 to 5 years experience, starts from 4 years or 3 years experience, you can go for a support consultant or custom admin. If you have vast experience, 5 6 experience, I mean, in the document, if you have those experience level, if you learn if you upskill the course, you will become a implementation consultant and integrations consultants. So, what are all the things we are going to uh, cover in this course? So I will take this course from like nearly 40 to 45 hours. So we cover these areas, whatever we discussed in the notepad, like whatever I have shown in this modules. So these modules I'll cover. So Ariba buying and how the master data are moving from one system to other system, what is realm, and how users are getting managed and how suppliers are getting managed. So every session so I will, so here we included the growing one, the commerce automation and the supply chain collaboration, which is growing highly and most demanded one. So I will cover these two also, and also the guided buying implementation and guided sourcing implementation. So both of those I will share, and I'll help you to give you the scenario based questions on each and every sessions, which will help you to get the project, not to clear interview, get the projects. Because I don't want to say that clearing interviews, because if you plan to clear interview, if you prepare something, that won't work. So that is why I said I'll try to teach you guys from the scratch. If you understand from the scratch how we are constructing the house from the basement to first floor, I mean from the basement to ground floor, if you understand that, that is greenfield implementation. So you're just uh, adding one more floor, that is for brownfield implementation or rollout project. So to maintain that entire house, you know what are the things you have done during constructions. So you will be easily get to know that is application maintenance. So complete maintenances. So how you are constructing, and what methodology you use to construct, how you plan to construct, how many months you took. So that methodologies are deployment methodologies. How we prepare, how we realize, how we develop, how we test, and how we implement. So these things I'll cover in this session. Not only so, I can say there are two type of portions. One is static portion and other one is dynamic portion. So static is complete basics concepts. Dynamic is the scenario based. So we have 100 plus scenario, 1000 plus scenario, n plus. So most commonly used scenarios, which is used for work on the project, which is used to clear the interviews, get into the project. So those scenarios daily basis I'll try to help you, and you guys will get the server access. So how Ariba looks like, how the cloud solution looks like, and where I am into. Now I am into the like what is sourcing module and what is buying module. So how do we widely use? So I'll try to teach you in a practical method, in the sense I'll make you to understand the procurement process, and I'll try to help you functional wise. So if you understand functional wise how to create purchase requisition, how to create PO, how to create the supplier request, why we need reporting, why we need contract workspace, why we need sourcing request, sourcing project. So I'll try to explain you in the beginning session complete end-to-end functional module. So if you understand the functional module, then I'll go for the technical side, how it is working. So this is end user work. So all the create function you can see, this is end user work. All the manage function you can see, it is consultant work. So you can administer the upstream in the administration, you will administer the downstream in the core administration, you will manage all the template questionnaires in the upstream. So how, because templates will be only on an upstream, questionnaires will be an upstream. So you will administer the supplier modules in the SM admin, and also you'll administer the guided buying in the SM admin. So these all administrative activities I will start in the second. So first I'll try to help you to teach the functional process, and second I'll teach you how to administer, and third level I'll start working on the implementation basis. So how the data are getting transferred. So I'll try to teach you from consultant role, and also the end user role, and then implementation role. So if you understand the implementation role, then, because you can see, like, I'm not sure if you guys are, so if you're coming to this session, then definitely you could have understand the market situation. So it is high demand. So if you see the job description, definitely you will get to know, like, it will be, you need to have end to end experience. Out of 10 job description, it will have, if I say JD, definitely first point will be end to end knowledge or upstream. It is very rare. Upstream and downstream knowledge is very rare. End to end knowledge must. And also you should work on at least one implementation project. So they will definitely mention this if you're looking for tier 1 sector or product based organization. So definitely they'll mention you should experienced one implementation project. And end to end process, if you're showing off after upskilling, your skills may increase. But if you're showing off 4 5 years experience, they'll expect all the modules. You need to at least most commonly used SLP, sourcing, contract, P2P. Additionally, value added is commerce automation and supply chain collaboration. So this module you should know the module how it's set up. So during implementation only you will get to know how master data elements, as a consultant, how you configure, how do you set up interfaces, what is SPRO configuration, what is CAG, what are the projects you have created, integration projects, how do you created integration projects, and what is custom mapping. So these things, what is custom routing. So you should know. So only implementation consultant only know these things. The person who is doing supporting role, they will be having hands-on in end-to-end Ariba side. But other than Ariba side, so during implementation only we will work on all the area. So that I will try to teach you. I mean, I will definitely show that Ariba configuration one part during implementation side, and second one CAG configuration, and third one S4 side configuration, and fourth one is business network config. So in the business network, what are all the activities we do, what is endpoint, what is default transaction rules, And what is in the business network, how do we connect suppliers trading relationship? So how do we maintain the supplier groups? So in the Ariba configuration we see upstream downstream configurations in the administration page and also in the core administration page. So how do we maintain these managers? What is integration managers? And here we will get to know how the CAGs, how the integration projects are created, how CAG is enabled into the system, why we need enable to CAG, what is web service and what is integration. I mean, what is web service and what is interface? What is the difference between both? And some most important T codes also I will teach you in during S4 configurations. What is SPRO? What is SRT monitor? Why we use this T code? And what is SC16N? How the data are stored in table? And why we run the program in SA38? And what is master data export program? So there are more T codes, few more T codes. So what is S proxy? What ABAPer do in S proxy? What is data replication framework? Why we use DRF framework? So how data are getting replicated from S4 to Ariba? So these configurations, so you have the implementation consultant work parallelly over the 6 months. So we cannot say simply requirement gathering. What is requirement? Why do you gather the requirement? What format you use to gather the requirement? And how do you develop? How do you automate these things? So I'll share my experience and my knowledges, and also I will share the useful blogs. So SAP has, we are taking the content from direct SAP. SAP has own guide. So I will, we have SAP help, SAP community, and also we have SAP for me. SAP for me is for Ariba support, Ariba Connect. So how do we create the service request? What is the use of service request? Why do we need to create the case? What, why do we contact SAP for me? So these are all most commonly used SAP side. So why we refer SAP help? What is available in the SAP help? How many, like if you go through the SAP help, if you get the documents, you may get 10,000 pages. But what is important to learn that things we have a short crux notes and we have a access. We will teach you the process. What are the actions we need to do? For example, if I go to admin, if I want to do the data import and export, if I go to the data import and export, if I check the supplier file, I can see preferred supplier file. I can see supplier users. I can see the consolidated file. So how consolidated files are reaching into the system, and what is parent realm and why we are using child realm. What is the relationship between parent child? So these things I will cover in this session along with the syllabus within 40 to 45 hours. So it will help you. I mean, not only Ariba along with the implementation project, because if you know Ariba end to end, everyone, usually trainers will teach you template configurations and all. But if I ask you only one question, if I want to check your skill, how the master data elements are moved to Ariba from S4 system. Where do you monitor the message? What is CXML? What is IDOC? This four question is more than enough to check your eligibility. If you know thoroughly this area, end-to-end sourcing process, if you know whatever I ask the question, that will be in the implementation side. Why IDOC? Why XCXML? What is integration status? Why we need to integrate them? How do we maintain filters? So what are all the tables we use defaultly? So these configurations, so that is why I said I'll initially start with this end to end about the functional and the template, and I'll directly start with the configurations, CAG, Ariba config, S4 config, and finally I will also help you to teach this methodology. um, that's all. Any questions?
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Manoj.
Raj.
It's a very nice session. Indeed, I can say it's a complete deep inside of. It means like I can't say the 100% deep inside, but it's a very nice overview of the things, which will give the clear understanding to all the participants. So, guys, I really appreciate if you guys can ask any of the questions you are having, because you see, whenever we are learning something, so it's always appreciable. Like you should be very interactive with the mentor actually. So any one of you are having any queries, please open up your mics and you can ask the questions, any sort of questions you can, with respect to Ariba. Yeah, yeah, Sayed, you want to say something?
Yeah, hi Manoj and Arich. How are you?
We are good, thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
yeah, good.
Manoj,
Thanks.
I have one quick question here. Okay, you said you are providing the system access, everything, and
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
wanted to understand when in the training, are you giving the system which is integrated with SAP S4?
Yes. Yes. The system
Okay.
which we are using, we you
Mm,
can go and see it will be integrated. But in S4 side, you will have the SPRO configurations.
mm,
But the system will be integrated. If you see that the system will be integrated with the S4 client.
okay. That
Yeah.
data load you said, right? Data integration. For example,
Yeah.
okay, we are creating some new master datas, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
materials or some purchasing groups or
Mm-hmm.
something. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that how that integration part also you are.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, I'm
mm,
covering that data load master data. So we mostly use 70 percentage of the work in Ariba and
mm,
15 percentage of the work in CAG, which is the bridge between cloud solution to ERP. So we create the integration project. But by concerning about the open test system, we are having open test system and we have IDAS system. So this
mm.
IDAS system is integrated with this. So, but that add-on SPRO configurations, nobody will not give until or other than the real-time project.
Yeah, that's fine. But the thing is, see,
But I
I
will,
think
yeah, I have all the screenshots in my real-time project. I'll share those things. How
because
master data
yeah,
is getting created, how is being exported to Ariba.
yeah, because I'm only interested in this upstream and what is commerce automation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
part because currently I'm working in as a material management. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so MM and WM. I just wanted to have a skill with of Ariba. Okay, in my
Yeah.
current project, this Ariba is there, and as I said, upstream SLP sourcing and commerce automation and contracts we are using.
Mm-hmm.
Only I'm interested in this. I just because see, I want a integration part with S4 HANA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I will show the screenshots how, and also I have some useful blogs and some notes, because
Mhm.
integration, if I say you are
uh,
integrating the master data between buyer network, business
one
network, and the supplier is being integrated. So these
Mm.
things, yeah, I will cover thoroughly. That's why I said I'm trying to teach you in the implementation basis.
Okay, in SLP, your end to end you are showing right how this supplier registration qualification and how
Yeah, yeah,
once this is once ASN or ACM ID, right? ACM ID
yeah.
is created, how it is getting updated in S4 HANA. That also you are taking care.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, if I say implementation, that means end to end. There is no missing. If I show you one supplier, that is more than enough for 100 suppliers. So that is same
Mm.
process. What is
Yeah,
SMID?
yeah,
So
yeah, that's correct.
yeah,
Mm.
I will cover end to end. So whatever I have shown in the notepad, I will cover this
Mm-hmm.
complete upstream master data. That's why I mentioned master data and how it is mingled with SLP. So in SLP, we may create, like, system will create SMID and ACMID, and it will be integrated with. So after that, BPID will get create. That BPID will get integrated. So
Mm.
these all will be linked with suppliers Ariba network ID. So
Yeah.
just for example, so these integration scenarios I will teach. Like, I don't like I will teach from the end user scenario, and administrated scenario, and finally integration, that is implementation.
Yeah.
Implementation is nothing but just we are implementing the product, automating the process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my question. See, when you said right, SMID, SAMID is created. Now, once it is created in Ariba, the same SAMID will create a BP in S4 HANA system.
Yes.
That also you'll show, right? That will
Yes.
take care,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, that's fine. And you'll provide the separate system access, right? To this
No,
Ariba.
Ariba system access definitely we are going to provide to you. Okay. So
Yes.
showing wise, we can show. Okay, just I want to tell you more clearly on this one.
Mm,
If you want to see the integrated system, definitely the integrated system, Manoj is going to show you the complete scenarios. And you see, I want to tell you like integration is not, since you are already an SAP consultant, right? I'm also an SAP consultant. I'm having more than 15, 16 years of experience in altogether. So in my experience, I've seen like whenever we are doing the integration project, okay, so initial integration activities, whenever we are connecting with CIG, doing the configuration, so all basis person is required, so they need to activate certain components in S4 HANA site. And once the integration pipeline is done, so it's a one time process. It's not like once
yeah,
we
that
have
is
done the integration
yeah.
establishment, so you
Either,
don't expect like we are going to show from that way onwards. Okay, so yeah, we are not going to show that way, but the other things we are going to show in the things what
yeah,
Manoj
yeah.
has said
See,
to you. But
as a
with respect to
consultant,
the server access, okay, that is very important point
mm,
which you are asking, right? So Ariba server access we are going to give you, which is going to be non-integrated.
oh, you're
2 months
saying
of server access we are going to give
non-integration.
you. Ariba system access, no, Ariba system
No,
access we are going to give you in, yeah,
mm,
I'm coming to that point. You see, in Ariba system what we are going to do is like we are going to give you, in Ariba system, what we are going to give you is we are going to give you spend management. We are going to give you a guided buying separate, URL. We are going to give you Ariba network URL. So these three URLs are going to be there with you. Okay, in which you are going to practice Ariba related activities completely, practice wise. There won't be S4 HANA integration system, integrated system we can provide to our these things. If at all you need to, if you really need that one, so that would be some extra, 1 month of extra amount you need to pay, and you can take the price, because the integrated systems are very costly. You can see in the market you can't get it anywhere, integrated system. But this integrated system we are just taking it for showing the processes here, in which you can see in the training itself. But practically if you
mhm.
want to use it, that's going to be incur a different cost actually. But most of the time it
Yeah.
is not required, means like you are just seeing like you are going to create a PR, and that is how it is flowing this one, so that we can show, we can have it in the recordings, as well as you can see the documentation with us. Okay, we have a proper implemented project documentation we are having, in which we have taken the very clear screenshots. Is as good as like you are seeing those things. Okay, that's what my
Yeah,
point here.
yeah.
uh,
Oh,
but if
okay.
you're more
One,
interested, of course, we can provide to you on some extra price for the this one, or we can give directly the vendor contact details. You can directly connect with him. You pay to
sorry
vendor,
to
and you
interrupt,
get
Raj. One minute. Sorry to interrupt you. Okay, that is fine.
no problem, sir.
But
Hmm.
see, you are saying right the session which you are taking, that in
Mhm.
session you are using the integrated system, correct?
Yes, yes,
In the
yes. Am I right,
training, okay.
Manoj?
Plus,
Are you using? We are using the
Yes.
integrated system.
Yes.
yeah,
See,
okay.
Yes,
like
because I want
we
to
are
confirm this
using
what
the
Manoj said.
system integrated, the master data elements are available. So then
Okay,
only we will be able to use that. So we
okay.
have a commodities integrated, departments integrated. Only thing we cannot show the integration. Like if I create supplier in Ariba, it will go to backend system. How BPAD is getting created?
Mm,
Because this flow will not go to the S4 side since it is testing, so
mhm,
widely using everyone. So ERP side test system, they have multiple client.
mhm, mhm.
So that
Oh,
IDAS, that is not sure. That's why I'm telling that flow. I will show that flow with the screenshots.
okay, okay.
I
That's
mean,
fine.
what is inbound and how it is going outbound. So if you understand that process flow, it is more than enough. And as
Yeah.
Iraj said, during implementation, we may need basis help to uh, install the
Activate the
CAG add-on,
components.
Yeah,
to
that those things
install
we
the
will
cloud
definitely
connector.
see. Those things definitely we don't need. Okay,
So that
only
that I
those
will
things we
teach
can
you.
do only.
It is
Yeah.
needed. Like if you're working on the implementation project, they will ask you. So you are
Okay.
setting up the system, you are setting up the environment, you are setting up the landscape. So you are working with the cross-functional team. So you
Okay.
will work with the basis team, you will work with the ABAP team. So that guidance I will give you and screenshots we will provide. But 70% of the work will be, as I had said, it will be on Ariba side.
Okay.
And Sayed,
Okay.
nothing to worry on this part. You see, even we are transferring the knowledge of, you see, as an Ariba consultant, since you might be heading the project, you should have the understanding how you are going to discuss with other team members, like basis person. So basis person by default, he may not be having the clear understanding what exactly he needs to. So which are the components you are going to activate as a basis person, you are going to tell him, like you can help him, like okay, these are the certain components which are there in the S4 HANA system, please activate that one so that we can establish the proper connection with CIG connector. And to be precise, more precise, I can say, whenever you are working this particular landscape, you should be on the same SID. It means like S4 HANA, Ariba connector, and Ariba system. Okay, these three should be on the same SID. Then the proper communication, the data flow will happen. So all those things we are going to give you in depth of understanding and knowledge to you. So nothing to worry. And as you said very rightly, you are just moving into Ariba project might be in future. So my request is like concentrate on all the things. You don't confine yourself only upstream and SLP and integration aspects. Since this is an opportunity, we are giving all the training. Maybe who knows, like in the next upcoming project you might be working on P2P process, right? So it's advisable to go through all the sessions, and all the sessions which are attending live also going to be recorded, and we are going to provide the complete recording for the lifetime access. Okay, that
Okay.
also is there. So there's a lot of
Okay.
and we are not going to leave you. Okay, even after the training, we are going to be associated with you as long as you want to be with us. We are going to create
Yeah.
a separate WhatsApp group, and you can be a part of the group, and you can ask the queries relevant one even after the training as well. So our help
Yes.
is going to be extended even after the training.
Thanks. Thanks, Evan. And just one question for Manoj. It is maybe it is not relevant to Ariba. I just wanted to understand, Manoj. Now in your current project, you are working with integrated system S4 HANA and Ariba, or only Ariba?
No, I am working on implementation projects which is integrated with S4 HANA, and I'm
Okay.
using CIG and S4 HANA, and also Ariba upstream, downstream. Along with, I'm also working on other project which is for commerce automation.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
That's it from my side.
yeah.
Thank you, Sayed. Santosh, you have any queries to ask? Santosh?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great then. I think few of the members already
Thank you.
been left. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Really, appreciate your questions, and we hope for going forward. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manoj, for your knowledge sharing, and it was a
Yeah.
wonderful session. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Yeah, thank you, Iraj. Thank you.
Thanks, Manoj. Thanks, Evan,
Thank you.
and thanks
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Thank you.